Slavery is the greatest sin America has ever committed. And in recent years, the debate over should America pay reparations to the descendant of slaves have been a hot topic. This country's wealth was built on the backs of slaves, who were forced to work involuntarily for 246 years. After the 13th Amendment freed the slaves received no land and nothing in reality to get started with. But at the same time, America was giving away millions of acres of land to white Europeans who had immigrated here. So America was willing to give white people who looked like them an economic base, but refused to give black people who worked for many years nothing. So even though the slaves were free, their freedom came without food to eat or land to live on. It was freedom and famine at the same time. And then came Jim Crow laws and discrimination, which prohibit black people from getting jobs, buying homes, and trying to build some type of financial stability for themselves and their families. Some people had managed to achieve wealth, but the system of racism and inequality had managed to hold a lot of black people back, like mass incarceration, which is a system that was designed purposely to target African Americans and lock them up in large numbers, only for money. For 246 years, black people were forced to work as slaves. They were wealth. Another 100 years of patchwork laws excluded them from building wealth, and some reports show that discrimination still continues today. Black people in this country built the wealth of America, and the people who built it and their children, their grandchildren, and their great-grandchildren never got to enjoy it. For almost 400 years, our country purposely designed systems of racial inequality to keep black people from building wealth in America, through Jim Crow laws, through discrimination, through mass incarceration, and violence. So when you put all the evidence together, I say yes, America should pay reparations to African Americans for slavery because of the 400 years of discrimination. America designed systems of racial inequality to purposely stop black people from achieving wealth, and that still continues today. America is guilty, plain and simple. America should give reparations to African Americans. And I'm going to give you an example. O.J. Simpson. O.J. Simpson managed to escape prosecution for the murders that he committed, just like some slave owners escaped prosecution for what they did. O.J. Simpson was ordered to pay $33 million to Nicole Brown and Ron Goldman's family because he was found guilty in a civil court for their deaths. He had to pay reparations to the victim's family for what he did. So even though people who are alive today are not responsible for slavery, America is guilty of slavery, and it should pay reparations to the victim's family of slavery the same way O.J. Simpson had to pay reparations to Nicole Brown and Ron Goldman's family. You can't use that argument, well, you ain't go through slavery, you ain't get beat, you ain't get hung. Well, Nicole Brown and Ron Goldman's families, they didn't get stabbed, they didn't get their throats cut, they didn't die, so why do they want money for what happened to their family member? You see how stupid that sounds? They were the family of the victims. They were devastated and hurt and wanted justice. Slavery was America's greatest sin. Not only should it pay reparations, they should also acknowledge slavery. They should also acknowledge the pain and the suffering and the violence that black people have endured for many years in America. Hope you liked this video. For more content, please like and subscribe.